Take me to the sea, wash away my worries, let my soul be free. Take me to the ocean, take me to the sea, wash away my worries, let my soul be free.
Hello world, I'm Mhax. Back in IRL, I go by Curtis. Welcome to another episode of the State Copy Podcast. As always, I'll remind you to review episode 0 and its appended segments for terms, conditions, and disclosures applicable to the entirety of this content. Thank you. Well, hey everybody, we're going to try a new segment of a new type of State Copy Podcast. This is going to be SCP Shorts. This specifically is going to be designed to address my shortcomings with Twitter. I am optimized for long form podcasts. That is my jam. Clearly, if you've looked at any of my content, it takes me a long time to talk. And Twitter, I am so enamored with it. Like it's remarkable to me, and I love it. But every time I try and use it, I just fumble around because I find it so awkward to say what I want to say in such a short amount of characters. So I'm going to start on SCP Shorts category for just my Twitter F-ups. And or just confusion. Because sometimes I feel like I'm just clumsy with it. So Joe McCann, at Joe McCann, MCCANN. I replied to, I really am impressed with his investment game, and he's quite a bit more sophisticated than I am, but we've found, and I know he invests in a lot of stuff I invest in. So I really respect his takes on stuff. And so he, like right as I was looking at the VIX and the move, I saw him post this on the move index, and I watched I can't remember who it was, talking about, one of the Blockworks guests was talking about how the move index is something really important to watch. So I was kind of comparing that, and I was looking at 2020 and 08 and then what's happening now, and it seems like the Fed's kind of squishing the VIX. The Fed's really focused on making sure we don't get wild fluctuation in the VIX. I think once that happens, that's like when they lose control of the VIX, that's when money printer go burr. So I'm watching it really close, and I think this guy is really, I've seen a couple podcasts, and I really was curious what his take would be on it. So he said, the Fed's trading desk has been managing VIX for 15 months. Move, not so much. The irony is thick. I don't really understand the irony. I'm still trying to, I don't understand exactly the dynamics of the move versus the VIX. But, so I replied to him. He posted something that, he forwarded something somebody else said. And I said, hey Joe, smile and wave. So I've been watching the move and the VIX close also, and comparing them with the last big hiccups, 08 and 20. I feel like Monday or soon after has a decent probability for VIX to finally snap. I don't know when it's going to happen. But I mean, it kind of, like, the move is really moving. What strat do you like to catch that move if you were ever so inclined? Insurance bet, sizing only. So just like if you wanted to catch, so I kind of, like, if you look at my playbook, I bought some VIX just in case it blows up like it did in 2020. So like March 2020, if you look at the VIX, and if you look at all of these ETFs that are based on the VIX, right then it blew up like 10x'd. And so I was thinking like some call options on that would be a cool way to catch that. But I don't know if I'm doing it right, and I don't know if it's going to be really different this time. So I was really just like, hey man, you got any tips for a novice out here? And so I said, out of the money call on UVIXY with the 12-month expiry is what I'm doing. Is there a better way to play it with a similar risk profile? Not NFA, not financial advice, of course. Just a couple of metaverse characters comparing notes. Joy emoticon. Would love, and I like TG Macro, like these guys would laugh. I don't know what Tony Greer would say, but Macro Alf and Andreas Steno Larson would just crack up looking at my playbook because it is so outside of their comfort zone. But they do understand like the move and the VIX, and I don't know. I still feel like that's way outside of what they do. But I just thought it was fun to note them because it is so far outside of what they do. I'm sure they never even saw this. Only us small timers look at mentions. I don't think I've ever had a Twitter mention. So let's see. I said, here's how I'm positioned. And I said, skipping by my first 20 minutes of disclaimers, you won't hurt my feelings. If you think any part of it's crazy, I don't have any pride about any of this. It's just a video game to me. That's what I said. And he replied to me, longing VIX is betting against the Fed if you assume they are controlling / managing the VIX. So I don't know whether he's trying to tell me, like he's trying to teach there that the VIX, longing the VIX is betting against the Fed. Yes, I agree. And then he says, if you assume they are controlling / managing the VIX. Yeah, I do think they're controlling, managing the VIX, and longing the VIX is betting against them. So I don't know whether he's saying I'm doing it opposite of what I should be doing. I really don't understand. I'm confused. And well, I said, well, I'm betting against the Fed, but it's because I don't really think they're in control of shit. I think of them sort of like some folks with a Ouija board that are, for some reason, we've all entrusted with control of the actual base rate knob at the heart of the eurodollar. I see them as sort of a giant bucket of hubris injecting a wild element of complexity in an already difficult prediction problem. They totally don't matter, but then again, they totally do. Joy emoticon. Is there a better way to bet against them than VIX? P.S. I have to concede that the Fed may actually be playing some kind of crazy 3D chess that's beyond me with all of their hijinks and shenanigans. I just weigh that probability as pretty unlikely. Joy emoticon. I use the joy emoticon a lot. So, yeah, like I'm not really looking to, like when I post something like this, I'm not like trying to say, ooh, look at me, I'm smart, I know some stuff. I'm asking somebody who I think smarter than me for help. Like, I wish that when I feel like these responses, I don't know whether I'm just too stupid to understand Twitter, or whether like Joe is he told me the answer and I just didn't understand it, or whether he's misunderstanding my intentions. But I don't know. I have a podcast now, so I can this is what I meant when I posted all that. So I'm going to add this as a YouTube short, and then I'm going to reply on this. I feel like maybe I'll do better on Twitter if I can explain my intentions better. Anyways, thanks.
Now it's coming around, you're feeling cut down and in the ground, and so we all come together, we making a sound, we sing, look at all this love we found. Gotta raise some more toast to the sweet life. If it's strong, I don't wanna be right. See the sun giving me the green light. Kick back, relax, and soak up the sweet sights. Take me to the ocean, take me to the sea. Wash away my worries, let my soul be